Hello दोस्तों, welcome back to Words and Vibes. This is second part of FDD interview series. In this video, I'll be covering technical round with the manager. Let's talk about technical round with the manager in detail. In this first section is a tell me about yourself question. You need to divide this answer into two parts. One is the education qualification, then you should move on to professional experience. Before we dive into those details, let's keep few points in mind that you need to keep a script ready before your interview. And it is very likely that your interviewer is coming straight from the client call and might have read many resumes. So it's a great opportunity for you to tell him confidently about your resumes and run him through your resumes. Now, about your education qualification, you should elaborate on your these qualifications starting from the most significant one to the last relevant education. Then you can add any certification that you might have. For example, a candidate would say, "Hi, this is Himanshu Singhal. I have recently qualified as Chartered Accountant in November 20. I have graduated from Hansraj College in July 17 and I have completed my schooling from Pratibha School in June 14. Further, I have completed level 2 in CFA in June 20. Let's talk about more important piece, that is the professional experience. In this, you need to particularly emphasize on your experience that involves financial analysis. You can highlight on performance ratings, awards during articleship. You can elaborate on key sectors, industries that you have focused, and you should definitely explain a bit on accounting areas that you have managed. For example, a candidate would say, "I have completed my articleship from EY in statutory audit profile. In my articleship, I have audited companies in diversified industries such as manufacturing, IT, manpower services, FMCG, and consumer durables. I have managed all major areas during audit, including revenue, COGS, inventory valuation, working capital, and CapEx. I have consistently been awarded highest rating in the team by my senior." Now, let's talk about second piece in manager technical round, that is the technical assessment. In this, we generally dive into details of key projects handled, managed. So this is the key section that gives direction to the rest of interview. Many a times an interviewer has already formed an opinion about your candidature based on the name of the companies that you have worked on, areas you have managed, and whatever you have highlighted in the resume. So what you need to do is you need to select 3-4 key projects, audits from your profile that you want to highlight to the interviewer and speak about them only. Now, let's see how you should select the projects that you will be speaking about in your interview. So you should select those projects where you were the star of the show. For example, select a manufacturing company where you have performed revenue analysis, inventory valuation, and margin analysis. And you should definitely identify projects from different industries where you have managed diversified areas and complex areas such as revenue, inventory valuation, complex modeling, derivative accounting, implementation of India. Try highlighting any analytical skills that you have performed. Do not blindly consider big name as a sole criteria for selection. For example, if you are auditor of a large solar power company and you strongly emphasize in your interview that you were managing audit of revenue, it is ineffective, as everybody is aware that there is no complexity involved in the revenue. It is straight only monthly bills, and even expense vouching is complex than auditing the revenue of a solar power company. So you should be careful in selecting your key experience. Next, do not consider areas where you are managing only a small piece of a large name. For example, in case of a large manufacturing company's revenue audit, which is supposedly complex, you are managing only vouching, then that kills the very spirit of the business. Now let's speak about how you should articulate your experience that you have identified in 3-4 projects or experiences. So the first step is that you should jolt down basic information about the companies or those experiences. What was the business of that company? Who were its competitors, suppliers? What are the key performance indicators of that company? And what were the key issues that you or your team faced during audit, or any issue that is identified and resolved by you? This information will give comfort to the interviewer that you are aware about the company and was active during the assignment, and you were not following just the instruction of someone. Now, the next step is identify the key performance indicators. These are the metrics or ratios on a monthly, quarterly basis that is used to evaluate the performance of the company. Some KPIs are common across industries. However, specific KPIs vary from company to company, industry to industry. For example, in an IT company, KPI could be movement in revenue and margins over monthly or quarterly basis during historical period, or revenue per employee, margin per employee, And employee efficiency, that is also a KPI, can be measured in terms of utilized hours as a percentage of available hours. So you need to think through about the company that you have performed audit on and identify its key performance indicators, because that will be the first question that will be asked in both the interviews, manager round and the director round. Now, the third piece of articulating your experiences is identifying the issues and strengths of the company. So you should identify commercial issues, strengths of that particular company. A strength could be like a nil downtime for a company. Fourth and final step is identifying the potential issues or KPIs that will help you assess whether you should invest in that company. I generally ask this question: what you will look at if you are to invest in that particular company? Because you have performed an audit on this company, you should be aware about this company. So whenever somebody is asking this question, they are essentially asking you what are the key KPIs of the company. Now, to close this, I am giving you an example on how to articulate your experience based on the 4 criteria that I have just defined. So a candidate would say, I manage FY20 audit of a XY company, which is a leader in Z sector and specialized in ABC. Company's customers are concentrated in XY industry or YZ sector. Company has consistent growth in revenue of 4%, 5% during last 3 years. I managed XYZ areas in the audit. During the engagement, key issue identified by us include X, Y, and Z. But these issues are typical of the industry, and we mitigated the issues by performing XYZ additional procedures. During this engagement in the area CZ, I performed XYZ procedures. As an investor, I would look at revenue and margin growth over the historical period. In addition, I would analyze performance indicators such as X, Y, and Z. About some other aspects relating to FDD that might be helpful in your interview at FDD. Let's discuss a question that I generally ask in my interviews. The question is, what do you think we do? So this question is really asked to understand whether the candidate has done some research on our profile and to understand whether he understands our business or not. Because the understanding the business is one of the basic criteria that an interviewer really expects from a potential candidate. Now let's finally discuss one last aspect, that is how much a reference from a partner matters. Generally, a reference from a partner only gets you to your first round. After that, it's your interview performance. That's it. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe and share with your friends.